I've been as, small business successful as I have, and I've grown the way I have strictly because the energy that I put into my product is received on the other end,
right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our second episode of Sipping Success Small Business Spotlight, presented by Blue Suede Brews Coffee. I'm your host, Evan Presley, and today I'm excited to sit down with Alli, owner of Ruthless Roots Alchemy. Alli, how are we doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing great. I'm waking up, enjoying coffee, so
definitely ready to have some more.
Yeah, and what do you think so far?
I love it.
You like to spruce yours up, but I know today we're drinking Heartbreak Harmony for our just sipping coffee. Really, the first question for you, I don't know if you watched the previous episode.
I haven't yet. I was going in blind.
Good. It was a bit rough in the first episode. I was kind of following a lot of cue cards, trying to be something else. So this episode, I'm wanting to kind of go back to like just making it simple, calm, and talking about more of your business and how it all came to be. But the first question really is going to be, what does the definition of success look like or mean to you?
Honestly, I would say freedom. Like the biggest thing that I strive for, right, is freedom, whether that is freedom to take vacations whenever we want. But more so to me, it's freedom to not have to worry financially and not have to let my kids see struggle. Like growing up, that's kind of what I saw was a lot of hardship and struggle and negative outlook on money. There was never enough. So I try to have the opposite spin. And even when we can't do something, it's more of I am not going to invest in that right now, but maybe later on. So for me, I would say just having the ability for full freedom from everything.
So I'm happy I actually used this question again because I was nervous that people would always say the same thing, but it's not. We grew up, both me and my wife, same thing.
Yeah.
Money was negative outlook. And, always talked bad on, or never had enough, or never had enough.
It's hard.
That kind of stuff, and not portraying that to obviously your children.
Yeah.
It's that generational trauma.
Exactly.
That we're trying to stop.
Exactly.
So no, that's a really good definition.
Thanks.
Yeah. You're so prepared for this. What do you mean? You sure you didn't watch the first episode?
I promise.
Well, that's good. And then going really into the next part of it is where did you come up with your business, your name, your idea, your
plan? The idea. Well, okay, let me just stop you with the plan, right? I am the most non-traditional business owner probably ever. And whether that is going to set me up for success or failure is yet to be determined. I don't really have a plan. I don't plan. When I plan, my ADD brain immediately is like, F this, we're not doing it. What is that, like defiance immediately to any sort of like laid out traditional, I'm done. Count me out. So I'm very much fly by the seat of my pants. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to like the business side. I fully believe in my product, in what I make. And I feel like that shows through. And that's why I've been as, small business successful as I have. And I've grown the way I have strictly because the energy that I put into my product is received on the other end,
right.
No,
absolutely. I mean, creating a quality product always sells itself, and especially if you yourself is a great personality, people love to buy both. It's like with coffee. Everybody, you can go to the grocery store to get coffee, but you don't have someone there that is explaining the benefits and, the differences. Because sure, I can go to Lowe's Foods and get the Jamaican blend, which is typically what we have in the house until I found you at the farmer's market. But it's not, you don't have the personality behind it. You don't know the person making it. You don't know what they're doing when they're making it, or, there's so many unknowns. But for me, like starting off, it all kind of started, I got the idea with my middle daughter, Ophelia. She had so many food allergies, so many skin issues when she was a baby. And that was when like the big
I say craze of like living, what is that, Young Living essential oils, like it exploded. So for one of our anniversaries, my husband got me the starter kit. So from that, I just started blending things and making baby products and baby safe stuff to help her with her eczema. And then I had started a t-shirt business that was named Ruthless Roots. And it was just, that was it. It was just Ruthless Roots. And this is when we were living in Texas. I was making on-demand print shirts, whatever people needed, you know, ordered stuff.
Oh, good to know.
And yeah, it's fun sometimes. Yeah. It was one of those things that I thought was like going to be a hobby that I truly enjoyed. And I didn't. And I don't know if it's just because I need more like learning on it, or I don't know. But that just wasn't my thing. So then that took off a little bit, but not great. And I started doing more blends and making things for friends. And then we moved here from Texas, and I made a bunch of rollers, more like meditating rollers. And I was doing a lot of like readings and energy work and stuff like that. So I made a couple of friends some rollers that had to do with like their energy readings and stuff like that. And they loved it. They fell in love and started telling all their friends. So then I just kind of decided I think it was last October when November, when Sanford Street Fest was, that was my first market.
Okay.
And from there, it's just kind of exploded. It's farmers market and doing Street Fest again and all the other small vendor events. Like, they're fun most of the time.
That's where I've met you, and we're like neighbors for our vendor market. So
that's right.
And to kind of go back a little bit, could you explain to everybody watching what is your product? What do you do?
Yes. So I hand make essential oil blended products. I use different blends from different companies all over. I really like doTERRA. Melaleuca has a brand called Pure that I really like. But more than that, I just like learning, like having all the books and the research and learning, whether it sticks in my brain long term or not, what essential oils I don't want to say heal, but can help, you know, with what ailments. So I've had, a few special orders for high blood pressure stuff, from, magnesium sprays to roll-ons and bath salts. There's just a plethora of things that you can make that have that healing power of the herb and the essential oils that have long-lasting effects.
I mean, and with that too, we didn't always have current medication or like what we have in like the far advances that we have now with medical research. So it was all oil-based, plant-based,
natural,
natural when the witch doctor, like the old stuff.
Insert me.
And that's why I really love your name too. Adding the alchemy, like the first day I read that, I'm like, oh, that's pretty rad.
Right?
I like that a lot.
But it's so true, because you take, an idea even and just alchemize it into a business, or you take, a oil or a plant and you alchemize it to heal you. Like it's just it's fun.
Yeah, it's neat.
I enjoy it.
And it's literally that. It's alchemy.
Exactly. It's fun.
It's rad, yeah. Do you ever get any like pushback from people saying that it's, because I
like
know like
woo
for coffee all the time, it's like, oh, I drink this and that's all I'm going to drink because it's the best and blah, blah, blah. So
of course.
Push back on your product.
Sometimes.
Do anything?
I mean, yes and no. I'm of the opinion, I'm not, and this may change in the future, but right now, I'm not trying to sway anybody one way or another, whether you lean more naturally or you're not. My products inherently are all natural, because that is the basis of my company. I believe natural is best, and you should always try natural things first. Whether it is, like going to completely solve your problems, it may not. And then you add in, traditional medicine, go see your doctor, whatever. But I firmly believe you should start with every possible natural thing you can try to heal whatever it is. I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about the
pushback.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm not trying to sway anybody. If you are interested in my product, if you believe it's going to work, I firmly believe it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
If you like the way it smells and that's why you're using it, hey, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe in the power of essential oils in order to enjoy my product. Do I believe in the power of them? Absolutely. That's why I make them, right?
Yep.
But I'm not a salesperson, right? I'm selling my product by presenting it.
Yeah.
Either you like it and you think it smells good and you want to use it, or you don't. And that's totally fine with me. Like there's 17 million other companies you can use, toxic or non-toxic, that you may vibe with better. That's totally fine.
With like, how about competition? Like,
I was gonna,
because you brought that up as well. How does it relate with that? How do you have customers? Like, do you have customers? Wow, I can't talk right now. Do you have customers that are like, no, I prefer to use this brand? Because I know when I first met you and I was interested in the beard oil, I actually had a beard at the time. I was using just stuff that I was getting off Amazon, and the bottle was half of what you had given me for almost the same price. And I actually preferred yours over the other stuff. I like the smell of the other stuff I was getting, but it was like I don't care about that. I want it more for the nourish, like the
what it does.
Beard. Yeah. But you know, how do you handle the competition that is out there? All those extras.
Yeah, I mean, there are billions probably of essential oil companies out there.
Yep.
Like,
I can relate.
you know, there's like a million of them. And that at first it was like a little daunting because, you know, oversaturation of the market. Even like narrowing down the competition even further to like small business vendors that do, you know, events like I do. Because as a homemaker and a homeschooler and all of that, I feel like what I do just kind of goes with that. It's like, you know, natural based, but it's easy for moms to do, stay-at-home moms, right? So for me, it's like my energy that I'm putting into the product is what differs me from the competition. You know, say you were making essential oils, your energy that you're putting into it is going to be different than mine.
Absolutely.
And ultimately, to me, that makes the product different. Whether you're using the same brand of essential oils in the exact same manner, there's going to be little differences, major differences sometimes, in not only the scent, but the power behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that is, you know, the biggest thing. And I tell people all the time, because there's even another girl at the farmer's market with us, Gabby. She is amazing. And she does like gift crates and candles, and she's got car freshies and stuff like that. So a lot of our stuff is very similar, but it's different in the fact that we're two different people that make it. But there's just little tiny differences that make a big impact in your final product.
No,
and
I can relate.
Like, I don't want to take any, you know, any people or, you know, customers away. I firmly believe that there's a space for all of us. It doesn't have to be, I'm better than you, or, you know, your products are better than mine and I'm never going to live up. There's a seat at the table for everybody.
I mean, just looking at me, we're down the street from Family Grounds, who roast their own coffee and all the same stuff. You know, people are walking around with their cups and they still stop by.
Absolutely.
It's the whole, like,
it's different.
It is different. And like every roaster is different. Every blend is different for I wanted to say alchemy.
That too.
But yeah, it's all about how we create it and selling ourselves as well. So you may not think that you're good at sales, but selling yourself is.
Thanks. It is part of it. I just try not to focus on that part because I feel like inherently I'm really bad at it.
Right. But I mean, that's good though, because if you focus on it, then you're probably going to be even worse at it. But no, you're just being you, and that's what people want. And that's what I've noticed with, I worked many dealerships in the last 5 years, and I didn't do well selling cars, motorcycles, and everything because I could get you to buy it and hate me later. Because I was honest, told you what you want. It's like, okay, what I hear is this, so this is the product for you.
Exactly.
And if you hit back at me, I'm like, this is what you just asked for.
Yeah. Well, you're able to tailor what they need. Right. And that's what I like a lot too. And I don't market a lot that I do custom blends, but honestly, that's my favorite part is when people reach out and they're like, hey, I'm having a problem with my psoriasis. Can you make me a salve or, you know, a bath salt blend that will help heal this because I am dying. It's fantastic. And even just like more so, you know, I enjoy making it, but hearing back that it's actually working and that people are truly believing in the difference that my products are making is just like, I can't even describe how heartwarming and like, almost validating it is.
Feel great.
Yeah. Like it's one thing to make products because they smell good, but it's a totally different ballgame when you're making products that people are actually benefiting from.
Right.
And I think that's what keeps me going and like makes it fun, I guess.
That was the whole like it was a book that I read. It was like believe and succeed. So as long as you're believing in everything that you do, you're already going to be successful.
Exactly.
So I mean, and that's what it sounds like, and that's why you've done so well. You don't have to be good at the business aspect of it. Like you don't have to go to business school to run a business. I don't know why that was such a
like a thing. Yes.
When you were in high school and I was
absolutely
in college. Oh, you want business? You got to go to business.
Yeah.
Business
You'll never be successful if you don't have a degree.
Right, which is like so backwards for you. You need a degree that's going to cost you $80,000.
Yes, that you could have poured into your company to begin with. Yeah.
I mean, just hiring somebody to help you get started with that $80,000 would
exactly
tremendously different.
Yeah, the way things are, it's interesting to see how things are changing.
Yeah, and a lot of things are going away from commercial. I'm starting to notice, which is good.
It is. I'm very excited.
Mostly our generation, Gen X a little bit, and then the future generations coming.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's definitely an enhancement of the small business matters, and let's support our small businesses. Which even before I was a small business, we've always been small business mindset. Yeah. My dad has always ran his own companies, so I've always tried to support the little guy. Yeah. I don't want to line Walmart's pockets. I would, or whatever. Like I would much rather support and I don't know if people truly understand what they're supporting when they're supporting a small business. But my sales from farmers market is allowing both of my daughters to do dance at Triple Point that otherwise we wouldn't be able to, finagle right now with the way the economy is. And so to me, freedom, again, I have the freedom to allow them to pursue these things that I didn't get the opportunity to because my parents couldn't afford it. Yep. So at the end of the day, it's just coming full circle and breaking those generational traumas that, we don't want our kids to pass along.
Absolutely. And that's, you're seeing it too in a lot of media nowadays too. And like Disney's even doing some shorts on that generational trauma. Yeah. And with that, with what people don't know a lot of the time is what they are supporting when they do support small businesses is me and my wife and my daughter, the last 4 months was all coffee.
That's amazing.
It's like, but we didn't get to pay much debt down, but we were able to pay rent,
survive,
we were able to pay our food, we didn't have any government help.
That's amazing.
Those 4 months because of farmers markets.
Yeah.
Because of people that came out and supported and online orders.
Absolutely.
So it's huge for those people that choose to do it, even if it costs just a little bit more. It takes more money out of the pockets of the rich. Exactly. Which I know everybody should have a share, and that's why I like your thing about competition. Like, is what I say. All you have to do is create. There's no competition. No, because what you do is different than everybody else because it's yours.
Where
did you get that what is it, ideology, I guess?
Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I have basically been weirdly different most of my life with the way that I think. Mm-hmm. Even going as deep as religious aspects of stuff. I've always had a different ideology than basically all of my family, and it's I don't want to say outcasting, right? But it's different when you think differently and look at things differently. And as I've gotten older, which I don't like saying, as I've gotten older, I have, broadened my outlook on things. Whereas, living in Texas and where we were, I very much was keeping up with the Joneses. That was the mentality of the church we were attending. We went to a big, stupid mega church, and it just, it was a mess. But anyway, it's I don't know. It's just very eye-opening when you take a step back and look at things, what truly matters, what doesn't matter at all. And to me, if I'm nourishing my home and pouring my soul into my kids, that's enough. But I am able, and I'm very thankful that I'm able to not only homeschool my girls and spend all the time with them, but I get to bring them into what I do as well, and
Teach
not
them
exactly
business. Even though you don't think you're good at it, you're teaching them business.
Exactly.
You're teaching them sales.
And something that even just like healing, if they don't want to take over my business when I, croak eventually, which who knows what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But like just learning, just the immense amount of knowledge that they're receiving just by helping me at the farmer's market, and the social skills that they're learning. Like, that alone is worth it to me. Like, even if my business fails tremendously, that the lessons in it are insurmountably worth it.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then with that, it was the 4 months that I've had with my daughter, I would never have been able to have working the hours I was doing.
Nope.
And it's incredible. And unfortunately, going back to work for the winter is gonna suck a little bit, but we'll get there. It takes
That's all right.
To get business off the ground.
Stock stuff back up,
That's exactly what we're gonna be
little
doing,
nest egg. That way in the summer you can take off. Like, I think that is awesome. I actually want to start like next summer, since we homeschool, I'm gonna flip flop, I think, and we're gonna school all through the summer and then take a little bit off in fall, and then like our summer would be fall. It's backwards, but it's like you can't even be outside right now. It's so freaking hot. The kids don't want to be outside for more than 10 minutes. So what do? They're on their screen. What do I want to do less of? Get off the dang screen.
That's a good point.
So I think we're gonna try. We'll see how it works. It's a science experiment.
We do have, is it though? Like, we have so many things about America that we think are so great are not. We're not a great country anymore, as much as I would love to say we are.
I know.
But the teachings in Japan, teaching in any Asian countries, and a lot of European countries, they don't have summer break.
Yeah.
They have a summer break, which is a week or two, but not a full 3 months. They have breaks throughout the year.
Yep. Well, it's like the more traditional calendar. Yep. Exactly.
So, there's a lot.
That is one thing that I have found since we moved from Texas here, is that there are more full year schools, which in Texas, when we moved here, I was like, what in the hell? Who is sending their kids to school all year? But the more I look at it, like, I never would put the kids in public school, especially not here. But if I did, I would look at a traditional, full calendar year, a full year. I think it's super cool.
That was here either.
Yeah, they've got them. I think there's 1 or 2 public schools with the Sanford or Lee County that have full years. So it's pretty cool. Year round, I think is what it's called. Year round school.
Well, good to know. Good to know for me at least.
Yeah.
So we're gonna change up the subject a little bit, because I don't want to run on for too long. So we're gonna do a new segment, or a segment that we did in the last one, and I'm gonna try to cut down on the time and everything of. But spot the store bought. So we're gonna be trying different coffees.
All right.
2 of them are store bought, so I'm not sure why it's called spot the store bought. Me and my wife were talking about that. But it sounds good, so we're gonna keep it for right now until we come up with another idea. But basically, we're just gonna be trying, and unfortunately black, so maybe
that's okay.
Just sip on it and try not to throw
I'll try. It'll be fine.
And then you got the entry level store bought, the expensive store bought, and then my roast as well. So we'll get set up, and we'll taste that here in a second.
All right, I'm excited.
Well, however you want to do it, you could not move it at all and just say done.
Okay.
Good?
I think I'm good.
Did you move the signs too?
No. Was I supposed to?
Yeah, if you remember. Otherwise, we'll be just trying to figure it out.
We may just be trying to figure it out, but I think that is how I moved them.
I guess I didn't really give you much direction. Did you you moved both over, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I'm not looking. Audience, there's the coffee. That's funny. I was like, oh, it's right there. That doesn't help. It's a mystery. All right, welcome back. This is our small segment, Spot the Store Bought, where we'll be trying 3 different coffees, 2 of them store bought, 1 of them my own. And as this one goes, the last episode went on way too long.
Okay.
With this segment, because they were like, it seemed like they were trying not to like say anything bad about the coffee.
Right.
Try not to like maybe offend me, but go for it. Like,
Okay.
just say what you think. No, this is gross. Oh, this is better.
Well, to be honest, I have no idea where I moved them, so
it's gonna be up to my tasting. And we have seltzer water for.
You're gonna figure out which one is yours today.
There's a hole in that one. Yeah, right. Which we should know. So the 3 today are, it's going to be Dunkin' Donuts again, medium roast blend. Filter water. Kicking Horse Coffee, Lucky Jim, which is just, I figured out the actual tasting notes of that. Dunkin', there's no tasting notes.
Okay.
It's just Dunkin's
coffee.
It's
just coffee.
Kicking Horse is a swift kick. That's their tasting note. And then we'll be tasting my brandy wine roast, which is a Colombian pink bourbon fermented in Colombia, then washed. We get like crazy notes, especially if you add sugar creamer to it, like apple pie or chocolate, that kind of stuff. All right, you want to start left to right or right to left?
You tell me.
I don't know.
I don't care.
All right, try left to right.
Perfect.
So just initial thoughts. Yeah, smell, taste.
Smells like coffee.
I feel like I already know right off the bat. Maybe I don't.
Black coffee, so it's
like
bitter,
coffee,
but smooth. I could definitely drink it black.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, like this is not bad. It's light. I feel like not overly.
Yeah, that's why I think I have an idea on that one.
All right.
Still a little hot, not the hottest.
Oh, this one smells really good.
No wonder. Yeah.
Oh, seltzer water.
I know. It's like, but it clears it.
It really does. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. I like this one. It's smoother than the first for sure. I like the smell.
Yeah, it's got a really good.
I don't know how I would describe the smell, but it smells good.
Almost floral.
Yeah, kind of. It smells like an essential oil mixed with coffee, and I like it.
No, and it's that smooth.
It is very smooth.
What I like about it, yeah, keep track of where each one is.
Yes,
first,
I'm gonna put this
second.
one behind it.
What I liked about the last episode, Anne-Marie it was thankfully my coffee. She's like, she brought up like, I'm trying to think of what I would like to sit down with, what I could drink a full cup of and enjoy, and it was mine. So
I love that.
that's what I wanted. But it's also just the honest. I want the honest opinions of everybody because coffee can be so different.
Yeah. I like that one, but it smells stronger.
The third one?
Yeah. Haven't tasted it yet, but it does smell stronger.
I think I know all three of them.
They're all pretty smooth. I feel like the first one was not my favorite.
When you said you could drink it black.
I could drink it. All of these I really could drink a little bit black.
Did you only do one sip of this one?
I did.
Do one more sip. I think after the seltzer water, and then like the first initial sip, the second sip kind of got on like my mid and my back palate.
Yeah. It's definitely like a clearing throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any idea on each one?
I have no idea.
So you got Dunkin', Kicking, and brandy wine.
Okay. I think the first one, I don't know, because I don't know if I kept ours both in the same order. I think I did.
The first one being on the left.
Yes, this one was that one.
Yeah, the first one that you were like, oh, I could drink this black.
I could drink all of them black. This one was...
Which you don't drink coffee black.
I don't.
So
smell that one to make sure that is the same one that you had first.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this one is Dunkin'. That's my guess.
Okay.
I think the next one,
Next one I can chug.
which was the more floral, I think this one was yours. I like that one a lot. That one is my favorite. And then it's either the first or the last one that is Dunkin'. I can't tell. But I think yours was in the middle.
So let's go with the roasting notes then. So Dunkin', no roasting notes. It's just going to be a medium blend.
Right.
Your donut shop coffee.
Right.
And then Kicking Horse, all they had was a swift kick.
So I would say Dunkin' was this one, our first one.
And then
And the Kicking Horse one is the last one.
I agree with all
I
that.
think that is correct. Yeah.
All right, let's have a reveal. First one.
The signs are in the right order.
Hopefully they're in. Hey, it's Dunkin'. That's one.
We flew by the seat of our
Blue Suede,
pants.
Yep, there's the brand.
All right.
And that's Kicking Horse.
Heck yeah.
So did you really like? You
No,
can tell the differences
yeah,
between coffees.
truly.
A lot of people think that it's like coffee's coffee.
These,
There's
the
not much
first and the
difference.
last one taste similar in the fact that they were both not as flavorful. They were a little, I don't want to say bolder, because to me, I don't like bold.
Yeah.
So bold in not a good way. And yours was much smoother. I love the floral notes to it.
Yeah.
It is very, very, sorry, acid reflux. Very smooth. And I agree. I could sip on that all day.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
chilling.
And I did give me 1 second. We do have the beans with us. Gotta sit before I
Smell the
talk.
beans.
Yeah, smell the beans. So we do have the beans with us. So this one's going to be the Kicking Horse. Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like it tastes. Which is not very good.
Not very good.
Sorry, Kicking
This
Horse
one
people.
this one's mine, the brandy wine.
Yes, this smells like it tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
And
a lot.
that one's a Dunkin'. That one to me it smells coffee.
It smells
just
like coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the coffee you would get. That
Just
one's Dunkin'. That one's yours.
Oh, yeah. Sounds so
I know. I'm gonna need some
And
of
it's
that
almost
next
no
time we refill my
comparison.
beans.
Yeah. It's almost no comparison with this one because it is a limited time one. I did Heartbreak on the last episode.
Okay.
And they were sipping on brandy wine, and they're just like they compared the first cup, which was Dunkin'. That's funny. It was the first thing, to just smelling their action, like the cup.
There's-
they were
yeah.
tasting, and they're like, just put your nose in that, and he's like, oh yeah,
It's
what
so
the heck?
different.
So that's just kind of a little.
I
segue.
love it.
I'm
That's so
trying to get
fun.
people to notice that there is differences even in medium roasts and origins and whatnot. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome
good.
because truly, I drink, like I said, I drink Lowe's brand coffee.
Yeah.
It's until we found you. It's cheap. It's gets the job done, right?
Yep.
But you don't know, like I said, you don't know what you don't know till you know.
Yep.
You don't know their processes. You don't know what chemicals they add, what
Yep.
they spray on the plants,
Yeah, and there's a
So
lot that
that
say
is-
they are organic. And
Yeah, they're
they
not.
can meet that qualification right off the bat just to meet it, and then they can start spraying
Whatever they want.
because they're not going to get
It's just like with our food. You pay for the organic label.
Yep.
And it's funny because we eat gluten-free, and I'm finding that more and more now companies are buying the gluten-free label even if they don't technically meet all of the qualifications for the actual gluten-free label, like gluten-free certified. But there's like,
Interesting.
they can buy the gluten-free, it's just not certified gluten-free.
Gotcha.
So you can still get sick,
Yeah.
but legally you can't go after them.
Yeah.
Like it's
Nah, geez.
bananas.
And I noticed that like I don't put organic on any of my coffee, even though like some of the bags I get have on the coffee bag says organic. And it's just because I'm like I have not personally gone there
Right, and
checked to
exactly.
make sure they're not spraying things they're not supposed to be spraying.
Exactly.
So,
It's the same thing with my essential oils. And because
Yeah.
I use so many different brands, I'm never going to claim that it is all organic.
Right.
I truly do try to stick in with, the brands that I know. But if there is an off chance or an oil that I find on a good deal that is still a reputable brand, I'm going to get it.
Right.
Truly, because to me, I can't justify without increasing my my prices significantly buying a $40 bottle of essential oils that's going to only make me 2 products.
Yeah.
That's not worth it. So it's very a balancing act.
No,
I'm sure yours is the same way.
Yeah, there's a lot I'd like to do. It's all like if we had more time, if we had more money, I'd love
Everything.
to add 10 more beans and, and start blending everything together and making some incredible
cool concoctions.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved with when I first started. I got coffee from Family Grounds, David, and one of his beans and one of the ones that I found, those 2 together. I still have people asking if I'm going to bring that back.
I love that. Yeah.
Can't get half of it, and that half made it so good.
Exactly.
So it's just
it's kind of the same way with a lot of my holiday scents, you know, from last year that I'm bringing some more back, but I may not be able to find that essential oil that I used last year. Even if it is from a different company, they have different scents. So I can't necessarily mirror the same thing, but I can get it similar.
Similar. Gotcha. Yeah, that's difficult with coffee is I'm on not a schedule, but like it's like a farmer.
Whatever is there.
Whatever's available at that crop. And
That's cool though. I kind of like that because I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed with the options because there's literally a million essential oil brands, a million essential oils in general that you can pair and, you know, make all kinds of things. Right. So I have to catch myself. And my husband's really good at being like, okay, are you making things just to make them because you're having fun, or are you making things that people are actually going to want?
Both.
Exactly. I'm like, well, somebody does. But I love getting the feedback from everybody at markets and be like, hey, you should, you know, can you make this for me? Like I had a lady ask for a pet spray that was my bug spray that was safe to put on their pets. My bug spray had lemongrass in it, and lemongrass is toxic to cats. Gotcha. So I made one that didn't have lemongrass in it that you can put on your pets and on yourself. Yeah. So it's, you know, it's always fun getting the special requests that you can turn into a whole line. And do you offer that online as well? I do. Offer, like they can send in a request? Yes. Awesome. You can message me for them, and I am going to have my tech husband, my IT guy, add that on my website. Gotcha. So you can put in just, you know, a special order, maybe just a smidge more expensive. If I don't have the essential oil on hand, you know, I am personally combining things. So, and the research that goes behind it, because what may have worked for, you know, the last person that ordered the high blood pressure stuff, her needs would be different. Say, even if you had you know, high blood pressure, but you have a different body makeup, you may have different allergies, you may have different scents that you like. You know, it's so customizable and tailorable to what you like that I don't just like copy and paste recipes, you know? No, that's neat because it's putting your soul into it. It's not just you're looking at an Excel document going this one and this one. Exactly. This works and this works. I'm just going to combine it. I mean, and then not have a good smell. Exactly. Yeah. And that to me is most important. I want it to smell good. I want it to heal, but I want it to smell good. Yeah. You know, more than anything. We gotta live with it. I don't want to be walking. Exactly. Well, it's like the beard stuff. That was my funny selling point. My husband always jokes that it's husband tested and approved, not animal tested and approved. My thing is, I literally made him use it and then kiss me, so I like the smell because you know you kissed your spouse, it's going to be on your face too. Yeah. So I want to make sure I like it. I don't want to walk around with stinky face or not wanting to kiss my husband. So it's, you know, it's fun getting to. And I mean, with going back actually to the beard oil, you bring up a good point. Now that I've like heard you talk about your brand more and that you like doing that customizable. Say that 10 times fast. I know, right? I did have one small issue with it is, and it might just because my skin is more sensitive on my face, but I started breaking out a little bit more. Yeah. So it's are you able to change something? Definitely. Yeah. Honestly, it may have been because if you have more oily based skin, the oil that I used in it, the castor oil could have been clogging your pores more so than if I was to use just like a lighter hemp oil or a coconut oil. Gotcha. So what works for one person with dry skin, you know, because typically, and I made it more oily for that reason. Yeah, most of the time under a beard, it's very dry, and you want the moisture. Exactly. Yep. So yeah, I'll completely make you one that is just you good with hemp oil. Probably. Okay. I don't know. Perfect. We'll try it. Yeah,
it's worth a shot.
I'll
I mean,
just
now I only
use
have a
hemp and
mustache,
coconut oil. But still, if you want something just for like your skin, you don't. I call it beard oil. It's face oil.
Gotcha.
You know, more than anything, it will help with your hair and growing in more evenly and all of that. But I focus on this area, you know.
Yeah.
Because you want to still feel nice and.
No, absolutely, and I like how it felt better than I don't know. It felt similar to the other ones, but I like that it came from a small business, not Amazon, and it had a more quantity.
Yeah, that's
so
the
I don't have to fill
thing.
up in a month. I can have it for 2 or 3.
Exactly.
So
and if you bring me your bottle, I'll give you a discount.
Heck yeah.
I like reusing, refilling, and eventually when I have a brick and mortar, I want to have a refillery and have, you know, whether it's not just my products, but I want natural laundry soaps. I want natural shampoos. And I mean, like I've got body wash that's liquid and shampoo and all of that, but I want like I'll get to the point where it is like, you know, I'm there, but I want the big jugs and people come in and bring their shampoo bottles and just refill all their stuff. And
we used to have that too.
Like
everywhere.
I love that. Yeah. I love it. And
it's something we do need to go back to as a culture.
Exactly. And not just using and throwing away. Because that's so much waste. And a lot of it, that's where the majority of my cost is the dang bottles. So and labels. So if you want the same thing, bring it back. I'll fill it up.
Right.
Give you a discount. I love it.
I've been doing the same thing with the coffee bags.
I think
so
it's important.
I do offer more of a discount than what it costs. For me, it's I want you to reuse something. Like it's reusable, reuse it.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to get. Like I'm trying to get like jars that are my logo or something. That
that's
you can
cool.
Bring those back instead.
So you can get something different.
And you can do something different.
Yeah.
It's not a bag. The bags aren't really the best.
Yeah.
So we're gonna really just end on a couple more topics. You know, where do you see this business going here in the next year, next 5 years? Where are you wanting to take it, or are you happy with where it is now?
I mean, I'm happy. That's like a double-edged question, right?
Right.
I'm happy with the growth that we have made. You know, in the almost year that I've been doing this, it's exponentially grown, which is amazing.
Good.
I would love to continue the growth, right? I want to be able to, because market season ends in November.
Right.
So it's been awesome through market season.
Right.
What's going to, you know, potentially, I don't want to say make or break it, but could potentially be a hurdle is market season ending, because I've had, you know, going back to like not being business oriented, I am terrible at social media. I'm terrible at trying to figure out how to push people to my website, you know, all of that. So I am in the process of trying to hire on a social media manager and all of that. But that's going to take time and, you know, cash flow and all of that.
Somebody that does social media.
Hit me up.
Yeah.
But I am not necessarily concerned, but it'll be interesting to see when market ends if I'm able to transition, you know, my repeat customers at market to the online. So I really would like to build my online base and get more consistent orders online. And then eventually, like within the next couple of years, I would love a small, very small brick and mortar.
Yeah.
That is, you know, in downtown Sanford. I want to be right in my area. I want to be in the heart of the community. And I want to, I mean, ideally, if I could, I would have a tiny shop that I sell from in the yard.
Yeah.
Like that would be dreams for me. Yes. Just like the cutest little shop. I have all the plans. But because we are 1 in city limits and 2 in the historic district, they are going to have a problem with it.
Yep.
You know, we'd have to rezone for commercial, blah, blah, blah. But ideally, having a small brick and mortar is kind of where I want to go. And I want to have a section of it that is for our local small business makers and artisans and stuff like that. Because while there are a lot of, you know, shops that offer that, for the small businesses, it's really expensive to consign your stuff. Like a lot of the places, it's 25 to 40% of your sale price is going back to just have your products there.
Yep.
And to me, as a small business, unless I completely like screw over my customers with pricing, that's not fair, and that's not why I'm doing it. So I would rather just have my little home base here and people order online and come pick up and go from there until I find the right place.
Have you done anything in the current market, like farmers markets right now, to help push people to your online?
I mean, a little bit. I've done a couple of promotions where, like, if you order online, I'll give you 15% off, and stuff like that.
Is anything seed?
No, not yet.
I've noticed that as well.
Yeah, it's so hard, and I feel like right now a lot of people are maybe buying just because I'm there at the market and they don't know. That's what it is.
Same with me. It's a convenient part.
Exactly.
And I want to support local.
Exactly.
And when it comes to the hard months,
yeah. So I'm interested to see how the slow months are going to be if we're able to switch things around and move to more of an online platform. And I truly hope with there are, of course, all the holiday markets and stuff like that, but they're not consistent like, farmers market is now, and you can't necessarily count on that, right? So it is, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes through the holiday months. I'm hopeful that people will want to get, coffee is a great gift that, new home, new home buyers, everybody, it feels like in holidays is either going somewhere for a holiday party. That is a great hostess gift, or buying a new house, or, all of the things. So between the two of us, I think we got holiday gifts pretty good covered.
Gift boxes, yeah, absolutely.
All the stuff.
Have you started putting stuff together for it?
Yes. Yeah, I did notice last year and even some this market season, my prepackaged like gift boxes don't sell. They don't.
Not during the normal months.
It's so weird. Even during the holidays, people wanted to make their own. So like they'd get, a couple different products and build it themselves. So I think this year I'm going to offer that, like a build your own box type of thing. And just because what I want to put together may not be what you want to put together, right? Like I had my whole sleep line together, bath salts, roller, spray. So that sold really well, especially to, new moms and kids and stuff like that. But it'll be, I think I'm going to bring, possibly for the holidays, my build your own bath salt bar back. That was fun around Valentine's Day. So everybody can like get all, it's just little details, fun things. Neat. Yeah.
So any other plans? I mean, I know like for me, the issue with converting people, is a sales funnel is what I've learned it to be, especially even with your social media and growing that. Getting people to go like too is always a difficult thing to do. Which, I mean, if you would take any advice from me, I've learned that little giveaways work. Even if it's just one bottle or something, one bag of coffee, it costs you whatever it is. But as soon as people start seeing free for some reason,
they're like,
or something. I don't.
That's so funny.
But then the conversion part, I'm still working on that myself, getting that following to the online order online, even if it's a discounted rate or free shipping or
whatever.
It doesn't matter. It seems. It's just whatever's convenient at the time, which is the farmers market
for sure.
So that one, once I figure out, I'll throw over whatever works for me and see if it works for you.
Absolutely.
It's been rough trying to get those conversions.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm wanting to do the podcast as well, is it highlights you. It highlights
I think that's awesome.
And hopefully it'll help your online sales in the future. And then same thing goes for me. It might help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Convert other people to see who we are, who my family is, and what we do.
I think that is awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you for letting us be here and record.
Thanks for having me.
I do want to ask one more question, and that's, do you have any advice for anybody getting started in your industry or just small business? And you can make it just
like, okay, this is going to be really silly, right? And it's like what everybody says, but truly, 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 don't give up when it's hard.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be freaking hard. Like, I know myself personally, like I have real bad ADD, whatever, but I suffer, and I don't know if it's like hand in hand with ADD. I have not researched it. I don't have any idea, but imposter syndrome, holy bananas. That tiny voice in your head that is like, you can't do this. This is not good enough. This doesn't smell good enough. Nobody's going to like it. Nobody's going to buy your stuff. And even on market days where I do phenomenally, just the little bit of feedback that I get, like, hey, this is truly working.
Right.
Like, that is enough to bypass all the shitty days,
Yep.
right? All the hard and the long hours, because whether other people see it or not, like I truly have to balance.
Yeah.
Not only am I trying to start a small business, I hand make all of my stuff. I homeschool my kids. I am a housewife,
housewife, which is a
exactly
job. Full-time.
Exactly.
Full-time
Right. Plus being a wife, like
part-time.
Yeah, right. We're just that one always falls last, and I feel so bad. No,
If I'm speaking for husbands out there, I think we understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I truly feel like that does kind of go both ways, because we give and take, and there's plenty of times where he'll get off work and he'll take the kids and go do something, so I actually have time to work. Because while I
That's
like
incredible.
to
That's a great communication.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And if you start, another piece of advice: make sure you have your home base in order before you try to add anything on, because you truly have to have that support.
Right.
Because, and I'm sure it's the same with you, if you don't have that your person behind you, 100% being your cheerleader, it's so easy to give up. And 100%. It's so easy to just be like, this is not worth it, whether people enjoy your stuff or not, when it's like you're battling yourself almost.
And with your partner.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That just adds a whole nother layer of nonsense when you don't have
and I don't want
that sorted.
Tell people like, oh, break up with who you're with.
Oh, no.
But it's like, it's amazing that, my wife now, I've never had anybody so in my corner in my life.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how you also know when things are, everything's right. Everything's
exactly
for this reason.
Yes.
It's same with the, getting in your own head and those busy days where it feels like you want to just give up because it's just getting so hard. There's a book that I've read. I don't read, by the way. So listen to. So I don't know if
I understand. Yes, I do.
Which I would recommend to you as well. I recommend it to anybody that's looking for help and just inspiration, really.
Yeah.
Called The Stranger's Secret by Earl Nightingale. It's like an old 40s, 30s voice guy that wrote this book, and basically saying, I didn't make this up. Like, this has been through all of history. Everybody thinking they came up with what the definition of success is, with how to succeed. But he brings up a good point with a farmer and some land. He's like comparing it to the human brain. He's like, you're a farmer and you've got good fertile land. You got two seeds, one corn, one nightshade. You dig 2 holes in the ground, you plant both seeds, and you nurture them both. The land doesn't care what you plant; it will return what you plant as long as you nurture it.
Exactly.
So it doesn't care poison or corn; it will
It'll grow,
and in just as wonderful abundance as the other. So if you plant success and goals and love for life, that's what will come back.
Exactly. It's the energy you give out, you're going to get back.
Anxiety, fear, depression, anything like that.
Yeah.
Will also
immediately.
Come back just as much.
Exactly. If not more. All of that. So I like to same kind of comparison, right?
That's what I like about it.
A garden, right?
Yep.
So you've got your flowers and sunflowers, and like I've got pumpkins growing out there right now. Those things nurture, they grow love and care and conditional, like everything that nature wants to give it, right?
Yeah.
But then you've got your anxiety and fear and worry, and to me that's like weeds. They're going to take over all of the good and all of the the success and the wonderfulness, and it'll just wipe all that. They're like vine borers. It just comes in and takes everything, right? So I have found being very mindful and open communication, especially with my husband, but even more than that with my kids. Like, I want them to look at me personally and be like, Mommy had an amazing balance. She was able to not only school us and give an amazing education and amazing opportunities, but also run a small business. And eventually maybe I won't be a small business. Maybe it'll be a big business, right? Not too big because I don't want that.
I'm the same way.
But
I just want to stay.
yeah,
myself.
I don't want I don't want to be lush, right? Like, I'm not trying to be Young Living or Datura or something. No thanks. I just enjoy my small little community. But I want them to not look at it and be like, mommy was always working. Yeah. Mommy always had farmers market. Mommy always had events. I don't want it to be a negative thing. Like, I truly want them to be like, we're able to go to work with mommy. We're able to work with her.
You don't get that with corporations.
No, I bring them to the farmers market. They work my booth. Everybody there knows them. Like, they wholeheartedly are part of my company. And that's why I built it, was, truly for them.
Yep.
It's fun. I know, you're growing yours for
I regret that I got to go back to work, but it's, the whole giving up when it's getting hard, and that's not what we're doing.
Nope.
It's, I got to get through this part, so it's more
pivot.
Work.
Yep.
Yeah. So I know I won't be home as much, and it's going to be a little bit more straining for this winter, but
it's the winter. It's okay.
As long as I can keep doing these podcasts and keep doing, that's why I'm recording like 4 in the next couple of weeks, just to get things going and start editing and that scheduled, so I don't have to do it while I'm working 50 hours a week. But yeah, just you can't give up. You just gotta keep doing it. Even if it's a back hobby, that's
you just
schedule
build.
posts.
Exactly. I didn't always set aside, and even now I'm bad about setting aside time. I just kind of do it when I can.
Right.
But I didn't always, only do that. There was a season where I was helping with catering stuff. And then, I kind of started growing this little bit at a time. And then I was able to stop doing the catering stuff and fully, work on this and, all the other things I do. Right. But I didn't have to choose, So it's nice to be able to do all of the things most of the time.
No, it is, and I think that's where we'll be able to get to as well. The only thing that's stopping us is the debt.
Yeah,
and it's not even that much. So it's like we work a winter, get all the debt paid off, and we don't have crazy expenses, and we can live on just
what you do.
Market sales.
Yeah. Well, and I don't want everyone to think that like I'm some crazy not advantage, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on, it'll come. Where I'm like, I guess advantage would be the best. Privilege. Okay. Like, because we have worked our ass off to get where we are. Like, even before we even moved here, like months without paychecks and, job issues. And like, I could tell a whole long ass story about how we got where we are. But it takes a lot of hard work behind the scenes before you can even get to this point. A lot of failure and a lot of lessons. But to me, it speaks humongously loud that you are willing to not only continue your brand and company that you're building, but work outside of that to help support your family and your goals to get you to the next level. Right. Like, that's huge. My husband works his ass off trying to be able to support me. I am 100% self-funded. Awesome. I don't have loans. I don't have anything. I literally have built this from the ground. And without my husband's support, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Right. I'm very, very, very blessed in the fact that he is able to work from home and he does make a very good amount of money that we are able to, funnel it back into my business. Is that a privilege? No, because we worked our ass off to get here. And to me, privilege, just by definition, is something that you're given. Right. Like, it's not, I certainly was not given this. Yeah.
And that's huge too. Like, I remember before my dad passed, he really wanted to invest in it. And after he passed, I didn't get that help. Yeah. So a lot of people think that you have to have all this money to start a business. You don't. You just got to be willing to go in debt and keep changing the credit cards.
Yeah, right.
Over to another 0%, over to another 0%, over to another 0%. I will say I wouldn't start a business if you don't have good enough credit to do that.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
But that's, like, kind of play the game and start something that you love, and then it'll grow. Bloom. Yeah, as long as you keep working towards it.
Like a plant. You just keep pouring in your love and pouring in your water and your nutrients, and it'll take off.
And same with the sales thing is just, there's so many sales jobs I've had that can give you all this like little bits of training here and there. And one of them was another book that I hated, but it was so accurate. It was called Go for No. And I like talking about these kind of things because it's also good for like segment videos.
Okay.
Just for success. So people can see what kind of things work out there in this kind of sales world. But going for no, meaning like I learned it when I was selling furniture. And it was like, you sold a couch, right? Like, sweet. Some people stop. Okay, let's go write it up. Or they're like, yeah, we want to buy it. Okay, let's go. And then, they're all nervous and go there. But then it's like, well, do you need an
end table to go with your couch? Right.
What about you guys have coffee tables?
Exactly. You need a new lamp?
Home? Yeah. Do you have lighting in the house? What about, accessories and all this? And then it becomes this $800 ticket just became a $5,000 ticket.
That's exactly how it was. Yep, when I used to sell lighting, I worked at a lighting store, so same kind of thing. And I went from being, the receptionist to doing sales, and it very much was the upsell, you like this one, let's get the matching entryway chandelier or the fan that would accent it all.
Right. And I know a lot of people do compare that to the upselling, like you're saying. I also compare it more to, where was I going with it?
It can almost be linear, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be like an upsell. It's just something that truly completes the package. Right.
So until they say no, how do you know that you haven't been sold full
Exactly.
And a lot of people take it as, I don't want the no because it's this terrifying thing.
Why? It's a word.
Right. I've been told no so many times.
You're like, okay. Right.
I've been told that I'm the worst salesman. I've been told that I'm the worst human being for getting somebody to drive 2 hours to look at a car that wasn't what they thought it would be. I'm sorry, I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah, right. I've
got 400 cars on the lot. I don't know about that car.
Right.
So there's so much to it. So there's a lot that I've noticed that we pretty much have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely great. Now we can talk more at farmers markets.
Yeah.
It's not as awkward for me.
You
work with my wife well, but for me, it's like, I don't know what to talk about. I'm just here.
Yeah.
Selling coffee.
Yeah, right. You're like, whatever, it's early.
Yeah. But I do really appreciate you coming on and doing an episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully, honestly, I think it
was great.
And talk about a lot of good points that hopefully will help a lot of small people wanting to start out. And you don't have to be privileged to start something.
Definitely don't. You
just go in
work
debt,
from nothing.
40 grand.
Honestly,
interest.
Right. And I truly feel like the need is there for any kind of small business.
Absolutely.
Like literally anything you could think of. Think of a problem, come up with a solution, there's your business.
Yep.
Like
I'll go as bold as, you want to roast coffee, reach out.
Yeah.
I will give you as much information as I
same with essential oils. Like I don't teach classes. That is the biggest thing. Everybody has been like, come teach. No, I'm not a teacher, y'all. I teach my kids. I don't teach adults. I'm so sorry. Y'all come back to me and I can't be like, no.
Yeah.
My personality is not made for that. But you have questions. You need, hey, what can I make that will help for insert whatever problem here?
Right.
Or even as much as, what is something that smells good that's not fucking lavender or eucalyptus or something that is different? Because that's what I try to get into the most. Like nobody hardly had heard of white camellia flower. It smells like white tea. It smells freaking amazing. That's my favorite scent right now. Yeah. But it is one that unless you have come across it, you don't know about it. So I try to bring out all the useful, but the underdogs, right? The ones that nobody has heard of.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. But you just taught me something.
See?
There's too much new going on in my head right now. But, well, yeah, I'm glad that, like I said, you were able to do this. And
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, you had me.
Well, okay, whatever.
That's how it's been going. But thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to like the video. And obviously, I almost forgot. Make sure this is your moment.
Yes. Yeah.
Where can people find you?
Yeah.
Where can they go for website? All that kind of stuff.
Yes. So website is www.ruthlessroots.com. And I think it has all my socials linked there. Otherwise, just search me on Facebook. Ruthless Roots Alchemy is what should pull up. Same with on Instagram. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, alli@ruthlessroots.com, or message me on Facebook, whatever. I would love to get some orders together for you, answer any questions, anything at all.
Yeah, awesome. And then markets, I know the Sanford.
Yep, farmers market is pretty much where I'm at for now. I am doing, I think we're waiting on the approval for Street Fest, the Sanford Street Fest still, and then the Sanford night market and the holiday markets. But I'll have all my events posted when I get them finalized.
Sweet.
But right now it's just farmers market on Saturday.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching, and go check her out. Go like her on all those socials. Support small business. Same with over here. If you're not liking already, or subscribe, give us a subscription, and it doesn't cost you anything. And then stay tuned. We'll have other shorts videos and more podcasts coming up. Catherine Ann's is our next episode, and then we have a local artist as well. For our fourth, and we got plenty more wanting to be involved. So stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.